Hi everyone, this is my PowerPoint presentation to go along with my feasibility report for inserting algae into building infrastructure. But today we're just going to talk about biofuel. So yeah, our cars, houses, and factories are putting dangerous pollutants into the air every year. Every car releases about 5 tons of CO2 annually, which is one of the main causes of climate change. We know that solar panels and wind turbines are going to be more and more necessary to halt climate change. But what if there was a solution to create a greener fuel that didn't require people to buy new electric cars or other expensive things? Today, I'm going to be telling you about algae biofuel, a greener equivalent to petroleum oil that could be used in cars, trucks, and planes. The powers of algae are endless. So, what are algae? When you're at the ocean, a lake, or on a hike, there's a good chance you encountered algae. Algae are a classification for a large range of plant-like organisms that make energy using photosynthesis, but lack roots, leaves, and stems. Algae includes seaweed and many single-celled organisms, but their most recognizable form is the floating scum often seen on the surface of water or in a dirty fish tank. Algae are invaluable to fresh and saltwater ecosystems because they release minerals into the water, they act as a food source, and they remove harmful waste from the water. Algae are completely renewable sources that are made from sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water, and can be just as helpful to humans as they are to the current ecosystems. So why would we use algae as a fuel? There are many environmental benefits to using algae biofuel. Like corn, algae produces an oil that can be processed into fuel. But oil is much larger percentage of the biomass of algae than of corn and is extremely more efficient than ethanol. 1 square unit of algae can hold 2 square units of carbon dioxide, meaning that algae requires a large amount of CO2 from the atmosphere to grow, directly reducing the effects of CO2 pollutants. Algae also grow very fast and in large quantities, using much less space than other biofuel crops. So let's talk about how we're going to create the fuel. Step 1 is to grow the algae. Single-celled algae are collected and moved to large pools of water called raceways, where the algae are fed and grown until they multiply to fill the entire raceway. This particular raceway is located at Colorado State Universities, but some raceways can be 10 times the size or even more. Once the algae is grown, we move on to step 2, which is to dry the algae. Algae is made mostly of water, so a strong machine needs to be used to dry it and remove the water. The most effective method right now is to centrifuge the algae. In a centrifuge, the algae is spun very quickly to separate the water from the concentrate, draining out of the main compartment. The concentrate left over has the consistency of a paste and can be used as a food source, vitamins, and feed for livestock. Now, to turn that concentrate into a biofuel, we have to move on to step 3. The algae concentrate has to undergo chemical processes to remove the oil, which can be up to 80% of the concentrate. This oil is called green crud and has the same characteristics of crud oil, except that it is a green-yellow color. The green crud undergoes transesterification, which turns it into a biodiesel. So, what can we do with this biofuel? Biofuel is a direct equivalent to petroleum, meaning that it can be used in current cars, trucks, and planes without altering any fuel systems. It releases significantly fewer pollutants into the atmosphere and is virtually zero waste because the algae being grown back in step 1 sucks away CO2 in order to grow. Imagine pulling up to a gas station and you have a second option. This new option does not cost exactly the same amount as your usual gasoline, but by using it, you've made a significant difference for the planet. Clean fuel is algae biofuel. Thank you.